Guys, what's up? Just wanted to start out by wishing you a very happy Easter if you celebrate it. Hope you enjoy this day with your family and loved ones. Now, second off, the deck that we're going to be talking about today, I just cannot ignore any longer. That's right, I said in a few videos back that I wouldn't be sharing that much Earthquake content with you guys, but surprisingly, a lot of you guys in the comments asked for this specific deck. Now, I saw this deck and I want to give a huge shout out to two amazing Clash Royale YouTubers, Clash with Shane and Hampsh. You can find both of their channel links in the description below. They're both amazing and they have a lot of great decks. You guys should subscribe and check them out. But I saw they both covered this deck saying it was amazing as well. And then a lot of you guys ever since that video have been asking in the comments. So today we're going to make it happen not only with one, but with two Grand Challenge attempts live. And the reason being because I was a little bit late to the matches. This is edited after the video in the first Grand Challenge, so I wanted to get you guys more replays or more live matches, excuse me, against more great decks, more popular decks out there, so you know how to use this deck. It's super strong, 2.8 HOG Earthquake cycle. Let's go ahead and jump into the matches. Alright guys, we found our first match in, oh man, I apologize, I was a little bit late to the show, but things look to be pretty even in terms of damage wise. We are currently 10-2, so no margin for error, and we're going against the boss, Twitch Boss from Panda Scheme. You guys know this guy. He's been on the channel many times before. He's a beast, usually with giant decks, but this time he's playing minor control. And this minor deck, guys, has been everywhere. These minor Inferno Tower decks, and that's one of the reasons that Ian, our guest today from Midwinter Clan, loves this deck. Now, just like the King Turk video, guys, I have a bunch of text tips to share you guys, but because Boss is such a good player, and because he's won the last 3 or 4 times that we've had him on the, well, actually not on the channel as a guest, but on the channel playing against one of our guests, I want to go ahead and pay attention and see if Ian can win Boss's win streak here, spoil the win streak of the Boss. Now, the thing about this deck, let me just go ahead and tell you guys right from the get-go, the thing you have to understand why it is so good is the master at manufacturing positive elixir trades on the defensive end. So a lot of matches, you guys can see once we'll get to the tip portion of the video, kind of breaking down the deck and how you should be playing it, a lot of it's going to come down to, again, playing a little bit conservatively, getting those positive elixir trades, and then really capitalizing on it. And look at that, Earthquake on that Inferno Tower is going to always allow the Hog to get one hit unless it's pulled to the other side of the arena. So that late Inferno Tower really costing Boss here. Now we can just snowball cycle here, and we do so activating that King Tower with about 25 seconds remaining here in this match. We have the defensive Inferno Tower, and that's another thing on defense, and we'll talk about this as the video kind of progresses here, guys. But on defense with this deck, what you can do is just switch up. You'll always normally have 2 responses, unless you're facing like a golem or a lava hound. You'll have up to 2 responses. Let me give you an example, a battle ram or a ram rider. You can use archers plus snowball, or you can use Inferno Tower. So always switching things up with this deck, a good idea. And there it is, we actually beat the boss. Yeah, baby. I mean, hey, you know, forgive the over celebration, but we never beat this guy on my channel. Okay, let's go into the next match, guys. Alright guys, we found our next match. So this is for the 12 wins, and heck, it's going against Lava Hound, probably Lava Mine or Double Dragon. Who knows? But we plant that very, very low defensive Inferno Tower there, gonna bleed away at that Lava Hound, then retarget onto the baby dragon there. So Inferno Tower does a sneaky job taking down Lava Hound pushes, as you guys already know, just because of that retargeting that we just saw there, right? That it's always gonna retarget onto that balloon or the Mega Minion, or in this case, the baby dragon after it kills the Lava Hound, before it targets onto the pups because of that quick retargeting before the spawn of those pups happens. So here we go, already quite a ways into this match. Maybe I'll ask Ian if he can get into another Grand Challenge after this one, because I have a couple hours here really early on Sunday, so maybe he'll do 2 Grand Challenges if he wins this match. He attacks opposite lane there, and I still have the tips for you guys too, so if he wins here, it's just not gonna cut it. We're gonna need to do another Grand Challenge or do some ladder gameplay, so stay tuned for that, guys, providing he wins this matchup. So far, things are pretty even with about 70 seconds remaining here in the match. Now 70 seconds, and we're gonna make contact with that Barbarian. Let me just go ahead, and we're not gonna make contact, excuse me, to those guards at the very last second from the opponent. Arkhams. So we're gonna use again a high Inferno Tower, same lane here. Poison comes down, being the big spell of the opponent in this situation. Miner also comes down. We use that Hog Rider to distract a bit, and hey, they go ahead and they snowball the Hog, but they miss the Tombstone. A very late Tombstone, an uncharacteristically bad play there. Maybe he was just very, very short on elixir, but considering it is 12 wins inside of GC. But either way, we're going to keep attacking with that Hog. We're also going to Earthquaking away those skeletons, and then Snowball comes down. Earthquake does so well in this deck, and again, I have so much I need to tell you guys still about the deck, so we're definitely going to not make this a 10-minute video, guys. So let's just pay attention to the end of this match here. It looks like he has it in the bag, but starting plays with the Snowball coming down there is going to be in order of Ian's preference. Number 1, Hog Rider. Number 2, he's going to go ahead and split archers in the back. Number 3, split skeletons in the back. And opening play number 4 would be a bar barrel solo at the bridge. Those are your 4 opening plays with this deck. And there it is, a relatively easy Grand Challenge finale there. Let's go ahead, let me message Ian and see if he's down for doing another one. All right, guys, guess what? It's magically an hour later. We're into the next Grand Challenge, and this time we are a clean 9-0. This deck is incredible here, but this is not a good start. Okay, we take a lot of damage to that Inferno Dragon there in the right. He gives the well played. Now he's going to use his Barbarian, the surviving skeletons, to tank a little bit for that Hog Rider. Hog's going to get not 1, not 2, but 3 hits on that right tower, taking it down to 894 HP as we cross over the 1-minute mark in this match. So, guys, let's talk about the deck. Why can't I ignore this deck anymore? Why is this deck so nasty, especially at tournament level standard? There's a global challenge coming up soon. In case you missed it in your special events tab, it's no longer on the front page. I liked it when it was on the front page. I don't even check the special event tag all that often. I don't know about you guys. I know I'm being kind of a complainer here, but there's the Easter themed Easter egg emote there. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, global challenge. This would be a fantastic deck to run inside the global challenge if any of you guys are looking for one, or maybe you just don't have your Earthquake leveled up yet. But anyway, the reason he loves this deck is because it is, like we said in the very first replay, guys, it's the king of manufacturing these positive elixir trades on the defensive end and then cashing them in on the offensive end. You have the archers, which do such a good job defensively. You have the 3 spells, the bar barrel, the snowball, and the earthquake in this deck, but uh-oh. This is a problem here. We're gonna lose that right tower. 59 seconds remaining in this match. And then you have the cyclability of, 2.6. You don't have the Ice Spirit, but you do, of course, have the skeletons in this deck, and the deck is so cheap. You have the Ice Golem as well. Okay, so we're back in this here with that hit. So 369 remaining on the right tower. This deck is one of the only Hog decks, according to Ian, that can beat Miner Control. That can beat Inferno Tower decks, again, because of that combo. For 6 elixir, you can Hog and Ice Golem, as we just saw there in the right lane. You can use, the Earthquake against any defensive unit your opponent has with the Hog, and it's not that expensive, You're only talking 7 elixir for a Hog Earthquake, 9 elixir for a Hog Earthquake, and Ice Golem push, which Ian uses a lot against beatdown decks opposite lane. And then when you go all in with 9 elixir opposite lane, you can lean again on the defensive prowess of the Inferno Tower and your Ice Golem to kite and your skeletons on the defensive end of the arena. It's really, really good. So I love this deck. I've been playing it on ladder, having moderate success with it. I don't want to overblow it, but considering my Earthquake is very, very under-leveled, and this time we miss with that predictive Earthquake, but it doesn't. We still get the Hog to the tower for 1 hit there. So a nice Tombstone switch up by the opponent there, Eunice. So let's go ahead and pay attention to this match conclusion, and then we'll get a little bit into the specific matchup breakdown as well. So here comes a bar barrel trying to distract that Inferno Tower, but we actually stop that bar barrel using the skeletons again, and then the Ice Golem to block again beautifully here. Miner comes down. We're going to snowball everything. The 3 spells really coming into play in this matchup here. But look at that Inferno Dragon. Okay, finally Inferno Dragon is dead there to the hands of the tower, I believe, while the archers clean up there again on the defensive end. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this match. Here comes another Hog Rider. We have Earthquake in hand. Earthquake's going to do quick work on the 3-for-3 trade, and then the Earthquake Hog Rider combo with the snowball, lethal, especially in double elixir time, and you saw it there on your screen. So another victory from Ian. This guy's on a roll. Let's go into the next match, guys. All right, guys, inside the next match here, let's go over some matchups. And again, I'm going to include all this text information in the show notes for you guys, right above the deck link, actually, in the description of this video. So if you guys want to come back to the video, just kind of get a reminder, a refresher course, if you pick up this deck, say, when you have time to actually upgrade the Earthquake spell. You know, Earthquake is an interesting card. We've mentioned it a few times now on the channel, but I do think it's very niche, but when it works, it really works. We're going against old school P.E.K.K.A. spam, it looks like here, guys, with the Royal Ghost, the minions, and the E-Wiz. Actually, they all have E-Wiz. Who am I kidding? But, oh, the Battle Ram. There we go, instead of the Ram Rider. And I've switched back to this version as well myself, guys. I'll probably do another P.E.K.K.A. spam deck in the near future. So Snowball comes down, allowing that Hog to get another hit. So already 14-22. Just the power of Snowball is incredible. And, you know, it's noteworthy here, guys, that the Earthquake has the same slow effect as the Snowball. It doesn't look the same because it's not the Ice Vortex ability or whatever they call it in the game, such as the Ice Wizard and the Snowball has, but it's the same slow speed that it does to troops. So you can actually get double value out of those spells when you use them, you know, independently of one another. And when you use them in combination with one another, it can really be a lethal push. Now we're going to go left lane with the Hog Rider here, and again, a little bit of defense through offense, making the opponent commit to stopping that Hog in the left lane as well. Now look at all that damage we're getting off that left tower, and here comes another Battle Ram in the left. We're going to use the archers. Do we have Snowball in hand? We don't, but we do have the Ice Golem to stymie those minions, and then a nice job with the skeletons cycling to block for those barbarians on the left tower. Ian says well played, but still, we got a lot of damage on his left tower in exchange for just a moderate amount of damage that he did to ours. So we saw how to handle Lava Hound matchups now, 2 matchups against Lava Hound already, and a matchup like this, P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam, what you want to do is early game, really focus on defending, and again, just picking up those positive elixir trades, and then when they drop the P.E.K.K.A., we're going to go all in opposite lane. This time we go with the Hog, we go with the skeletons, he zaps, and forces him to use 4 elixirs so far defending in the opposite lane, and then we can again lean on that Inferno Tower for the defense on the P.E.K.K.A. So here it comes, going to be a Battle Ram in the right, we have minions distracting that Inferno Tower. Then we have the P.E.K.K.A. lumbering her way across the bridge in the left lane. We're going to use skeletons to distract there. We do take some barbarian damage in the right lane, along with that poison, but we have a Hog again in the left lane. We snowball down as well. So look at all the anti-Hog cards between the E-Wiz, of course, and the P.E.K.K.A. We're still able to break through relatively easily here in this matchup. Only 2 seconds remaining here in regulation. Earthquake going to go down on that tower. We can just spell cycle out here, and it looks like to be another victory here by Ian. This guy cannot be stopped. He is on a rampage here, ladies and gentlemen. We only have, what, 1-2 more matches to go here, guys? Let's go ahead and jump into the next matchup. All right, guys, here we go into the next match against TL17 Win Pro from Panis Game. Speaking of Panis Game earlier in the video, so only 1 more match, depending on if he loses or wins. We start out with the skeletons and the Hog Rider here to start things out in this match. We're not going to get a hit denied by that Prince. Now let's talk about Prince. If we're going against a miner deck that has Prince in it, you always want to go opposite lane. If you're going against a graveyard deck, you always want to go opposite lane. If you're going against a miner deck that doesn't have Prince, like the Miner Rascals deck, doesn't really matter which lane you go, you can decide whichever one you want to. When you're going against a Golem deck, always go Ice Golem and Hog opposite lane as soon as they drop their Golem. So save Ice Golem, and then obviously you're saving your Hog Rider. Punish opposite lane as soon as they drop that Ice Golem, and again, play defense with the Inferno Tower. If they do have lightning in their deck, whether it's a Royal Giant deck, whether it's a Golem deck, you want to make sure you're diversifying your Inferno Tower placements. You can place a very high Inferno Tower if you want to. Just be cognizant that you might have to drop your Ice Golem to essentially tank for that Inferno Tower, especially if they have, like, say, bats in a Royal Giant deck. In a Royal Giant deck, if they drop the Royal Giant in the back, you can pressure opposite lane with the Ice Golem Hog, just as you would against a Golem matchup. Otherwise, you just want to, again, be focusing on establishing and generating as much positive elixir trades and value as you can throughout the match, and then looking to cash that in. So here we go against a again, like, this is the power right now of Miner Inferno Tower. It's everywhere, and this is one of those matchups that ideally, well, at least according to the text tips he provided, Ian wants to go opposite lane here. So let's see if he does do that right now. So far, I mean, things being pretty even right now. He decides to go same lane there as that Miner. Of course, he used the Hog at the same exact time. He also uses that Earthquake there, and just the Earthquake alone and that Hog gonna get that tower down to 1570. Not too shabby. We are going same lane here, in this matchup, or this match I should say, but we do have the damage advantage already on the tower. I'm gonna have to ask him why he chose to go same lane. Maybe it was just happenstance that he happened to use that hog at the same time, because again, according to the text tips that Ian gave me, he would prefer to go opposite lane with hog against a minor prince matchup. A nice barbarian barrel there. It's going to still kill that Inferno tower before it kills the hog, but the spirit goblins help out, but we still get a hit on that right tower with that hog rider. So very, very well played there. And again, we're able to block here with the ice golem. And here comes the snowball down to take care of those skeletons, avoid him from catching our miner. And then he accidentally drops the hog rider in the back there. Interesting. Now a prince goes down. We cast the earthquake as well. We are going to get to the tower for not one, but 2 hog hits on that right tower. Just the power of the earthquake and the ice golem slow effect are just unreal here, guys. And you're seeing why this deck is just so formidable. Earthquake comes down again, Snowball comes down again, Hog's gonna live again through that Inferno Tower, and there it is. He did not lose a match this entire episode, guys. 2 grand challenges. I wanna say this is the first time that we've ever completed 2 grand challenges in one video, able to cycle back to another Earthquake. 2.8 Hog cycle is where it's at, especially when more people start upgrading their Earthquake spell. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out Ian's player stats and profile along with his Twitter information, everything that you guys need, along with those deck tips that we talked about earlier in the video, guys. Everything that you need will be in the show notes below. Of course, the deck link as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy Easter again. A huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Thanks, and as always, take care, guys.